Why the fuck don't people understand proper coffee etiquette? It's not that hard. They insist on taking their tray and laying it across the counter, thereby eliminating any possibility that I will be able to get my cup of coffee quickly. I just want to get my coffee and get out.
And they are always fat as fuck. They take their sausage and bacon and cheese stuffed omelette-laden tray and place it in front of the sugar and cream. Then these monstrosities position their rather large asses sideways in an attempt to stop you from reaching over their 14,000-calorie breakfast to get your own cup, therefore making you wait while they breathe heavily with every motion and move at the speed of fat. Fat people suck, they are an inconvenience, and that's why God is punishing them with type 2 diabetes.
And they are an eyesore? I had no idea so many fat people deployed to the what is it all about? And I don't understand what it is about being fat that automatically entitles them to be a burden on everyone else. It's bad enough I had to look at them, but now I have to avoid their gravitational pull at the coffee line. I don't get it either. What is so hard about putting your tray down to where you plan on eating, and then going to get your coffee, therefore allowing others to get their own cup of joe? I do not believe this is an overly complicated process.
Have you seen the guy so large he couldn't get his IBA to close? I swear he had a bandage on his belly button for Little Mac to punch.
Nice pull. And while we're speaking of fat people making life hell for the thin, why did Doc always give the worst advice and then ride a bike while Little Mac had to jog after him? Wearing a pink jumpsuit, mind you.
I don't know, that always bothered me too. Why the fuck couldn't Doc just tell me to look for the flashing turban jewel? Doc was a shitty trainer and the reason I could never make it past Soda Popinski without a cheat code. Seriously though, you are surprised that the military, that is a third of the size it was 10 years ago, has to overly rely on civilian volunteers during 2 wars that have both lasted damn near a decade. Who did you think was going to volunteer? The slim and well-educated. Ivy League grads are just beating down the door to head to sunny Iraq for summer. Of course Fatty is going to waddle his way to the land of 24-hour chow halls and unlimited free food. This is Fatso's dream, all the ice cream and cheesecake they can stuff in their fat, bloated, disgusting faces.
That's not an excuse to stop those of us who want to live past the age of 47 from getting our coffee at an acceptable pace.
True, Dad.
And why did we have to put them in uniform? I didn't even know they made uniforms that big. We're constantly concerned how the military is portrayed. And shit, the fucking Air Force has whole patrols dedicated to finding uniform violations, and yet we take the most obese people willing to live on a FOB that is constantly being mortared, we can find, and allow them to do minimum work while making the uniforms look as repugnant as they are.
I am pretty sure that is some kind of a LEVAC violation too. I do find it odd that the Air Force will take 5 chiefs and what amounts to $300,000 in annual salary and have them roam around the base looking for ankle socks, reflective belts, and fleece caps worn after March. The cops' theme music should be playing as they stalk the errant airmen traveling to the porta potties as the top 1% of the enlisted corps engages in this also important mission. But you do know, the counter-argument is that we must be doing pretty well if that is your biggest complaint. Or, leadership will say that you have to start with the basics to be successful when dealing with the complexities of war.
Yes, and leadership has proven themselves to be wise indeed, time and time again. In fact, I submit to you that someone who only has a hard-on for uniform violations has nothing else to bring to the table. No technical skills, no people skills, no leadership ability, just the inane regurgitation of 362903 because that's all they've heard since they were an airman and it's seared into their brain. Therefore they can look superior while actually having the mental capacity of the chief in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
You are not going to get an argument here. It's pretty rare to reference a Kubrick movie and an 8-bit Nintendo game in the same conversation. Good job. But there are those who would say you have forgotten your roots, LT.
Oh, go fuck your mother, you greasy wop. I'm merely saying that the fat have no manners, and if your only skill is based on uniform knowledge, you are useless.
I concur, although you are an albino, pasty white fucking translucent creature from the abyss. Ed Harris should be discovering you while performing the mission of an underwater OD technician.
Oh yeah. Will you give me mouth to mouth and pound on my chest while water creatures watch from afar? Let's not pretend that you aren't almost as pale as I am. Your tainted Italian blood from the invasion of the Moors has only given you slightly more melanin, and I hardly think that is a point of pride for you.
Maybe so, but it is more than your snow angel asses, and I'll take it.
All right, see you after my 14-hour workday doing the army's job.
You're such a whiner.
Winehouse.
That tried to make you go to rehab, but you said, no, no, no. You won't go, go, go.
You are such a fag.
Whatever, that girl is a drunken, tattled-up skank, with big fake titties, right in my wheelhouse.
I'll give you that. But isn't big fake titties and skank redundant? Anyway, I'm out.
Probably, yes. All right, peace.